All right, so here we are, final video. We are going to take a look at questions 56 and 57. And I said in the previous video that we would do one of these in synthetic division, and actually number 57 sets up really nicely for synthetic division, as does 56, but 57 has a higher power than 2. It goes up to a third power, and so that'll be a nice example to show how you fill in your remaining powers with the final answer. So for 56, let's go ahead and do this one by long division. And the way that we do long division is we're going to take our denominator, and that will be on the outside. And then we're going to write our numerator inside. So x squared minus 7x minus 18. And again, you want to make sure that you're filling in any missing terms with a 0. So for example, if we had x to the third plus 2x plus 5. When you're taking this numerator and writing it under your house here, you want to make sure to fill in the missing x squared term with a 0. So under your house here, you would have x to the third plus 0x squared plus 2x plus 5, right? Because we want to fill in any missing terms. That x squared is missing from the original, and so just to make sure that everything lines up nicely, make sure you fill in any missing terms. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that and go back to the task at hand. All right, so long division is just a process, a series of the same steps that you're taking over and over again. And the way that we start is we ignore that -9 for a moment, and we ask ourselves, what do I have to multiply x by to get x squared? Well, the answer is x, right? Because x times x gives us x squared. All right, and now we end up doing that. We say x times x gives us x squared, and x times -9 gives us -9x. And now we are going to draw our line, change our signs. So this was a positive x squared, well now we're going to say minus. And this was a -9x, well now we're going to say that's a positive 9x. And now perform the operation. Well, we have x squared minus x squared, so that goes away. -7x plus 9x is positive 2x. And then we're going to bring down our next term. And the process starts all over again. What do I have to multiply x by to get 2x? Well, I have to multiply by a positive 2. And now 2 times x gives me 2x. 2 times -9 gives us -18. We want to draw our line, change our signs. And now we have 2x minus 2x goes away. -18 plus 18 goes away, so we're left with 0. There's nothing else to bring down, and so the answer, or our remainder rather, is going to be 0. When there's nothing else to bring down, whatever you are left with here is going to be a remainder, and in this case it's 0, so it's nice. And therefore our final answer is just x plus 2. Now, with the long division, you automatically fill in, you have your variables with their respective powers. So some students find this a little easier than synthetic division because they don't have to worry about going back to the original numerator and seeing, all right, we had our highest power being a 2, so I'm going to drop 1, and then filling in the missing variables with their powers. With long division, everything is done for you at the end. All right. When you're doing long division, just make sure that this first column, you can see, always cancels out. And if we had additional steps to do, you would see that each subsequent first column would also cancel out. So just make sure that if your first column doesn't cancel out, double check your algebra. Make sure you did everything correctly. All right, and let's take a look here at 57, because 57, like I said, sets up nicely because we go to a higher power than just 2. And this, even though it's written on one line, is no different than 9r to the third minus 63r squared minus 65r minus 56 over r minus 8. these two things say the same thing. All right, so let's take this information and set up our synthetic division. We can use synthetic division because the number, the coefficient in front of our variable, r in this case, is 1. And so, since we're using synthetic division, we're going to take the opposite of what our term here in the denominator is. So we're given a -8, so we're going to use a +8. Draw our house. Oops, wrong button. Draw our house. And now we're going to take the coefficients of everything that we have in our numerator. So we have a 9, we have a -63, we have a -65, and then we have a -56. All right, let's go ahead and draw our line. We always bring down this first number no matter what it is, and in this case it's a 9. And so now we start our multiplication. 8 times 9 is going to give us 72. -63 plus 72 is going to give us a +9. 8 times 9 again is 72. Now we have -65 plus 72 is going to give us a +7. 8 times 7 gives us 56. -56 plus 56 is 0. There's nothing else to bring down or work with, so we are left with a 0 remainder. And now we want to go back and fill in our missing variables with their respective powers. So we go back to our original numerator, either one, and we see that the highest degree we had was a 3. So we're going to drop 1, which means we go from 3 to 2 and start filling in. So r 3 to 2 plus r plus 7, and now we have our final answer. So 9r squared plus 9r plus 7. And there you have it, your final result for number 57. And that's it. We're at the end of the road. So I hope you enjoyed the series. I am going to do just a little wrap-up video again, like I did with review series number 1. So take a look there, just some last-minute hints and tips and tricks, and just my final goodbyes. But I will see you on campus, in class, and in the PASS lab. Thanks for watching, guys.